Friends, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the Curvy E Chronicles. My name is Courtney and I'm so glad you found your way to my little corner of the internet. Friends, we're cooking our meal plan today, so let's jump in. Caution, watching the following content may cause extreme hunger. Viewer discretion is advised. Other symptoms may include stomach growling, hunger outbursts, mouth watering, increased salivation, impulse grocery shopping, increased desire to cook, increased to want to come to my house. That will not happen. Increased to hitting that subscribe button, increased to hitting that like button, and increased to leaving a comment. Please do all of the above. All right, warnings out of the way. You've been warned. We are starting the day off with Monday, which we did this turkey noodle casserole. And I'll be honest with you guys, it was not my favorite. I just don't think, the recipe was fine and all, but it just wasn't my favorite. So we're going to chop up our turkey from leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. We're going to take some noodles. We're going to boil our noodles. And this is all the ingredients that we're going to put into the bowl or into the pan once it's all done. So some garlic powder, some Italian seasoning, some garlic salt. So turkey, green beans. Technically the recipe calls for peas, but my family doesn't like peas, so we subbed green beans. We did some mozzarella cheese, garlic salt, everything but the flour. The flour is just sitting on my counter. I should have moved it, but it didn't fit in my container. Some Italian seasoning. Technically it didn't call for Italian. It called for one of the spices in Italian seasoning. I just used Italian. And the garlic powder. And then we're going to do our cream of mushroom soup. Pretty sure it calls for cream of chicken, but I didn't have that. And this might be why it didn't taste well. But I think humbly I just did not like the way smoked turkey tasted in this recipe. So the kids liked it. But we did not go through the leftovers like I thought we would. And then it calls for a cup of milk. I just used half and half because that's what I used. And of course it made a mess on the counter because it would not be me cooking if it wasn't for a mess. So stir it all up. We're going to spray a 9x13 pan. Put this in the pan. We're going to take some breadcrumbs and butter and some cheese, Parmesan cheese. And we're just going to top this and bake it in an oven at 375 for 25 minutes. And it came out pretty good. Like I said, the kids ate it. I just wasn't a huge fan. Wouldn't probably make it again. So Tuesday night, we decided to do this chicken ranch potato casserole thing. So we're just dicing up some potatoes into some bite-sized pieces. I needed to use up these potatoes. They were on the verge. And then we're going to season our potatoes. So garlic salt, and FYI, potatoes need lots of seasoning. Garlic powder, paprika, a little bit of pepper. And then we're going to dump in some ranch. I think it says a third cup. I eyeball it. We were finishing out this bottle anyway. Mix it all up. And then spray your pan. Dump it in your pan. And stick it in a 450-degree oven for 30 minutes. It does say to stir these every 10 minutes. I didn't do that. I ain't got time for that. I was in the middle of doing other stuff, so I just let it cook the whole time, and they cook just fine. I just make sure that my potatoes are decently small. While that's cooking, we're going to chop up our chicken into small bite-sized pieces, and we're going to do basically the same exact thing we did with the potatoes. Into a bowl, garlic salt, garlic powder, paprika, pepper, ranch. Stir it all up. And then technically the recipe says you should add the cheese and bacon afterwards. This night, I think I was leaving somewhere, so being the lazy person I was, I just mixed it into the chicken, and then once it was all done, mixed up, and the 30 minutes on the potatoes had elapsed, I just dumped this on top, stirred it all in, and put it back in for another 25, or another 30 minutes, I think, just make sure the chicken's done. I did not get a finish video of that because I did have to leave, and, the family destroyed it, so good work there. All right, oven at 450 again, or 425 on this one. We're going to do these $1 million pork chops. So I took my pork chops. They were out of the freezer, so defrosted them, dried them off, seasoned them, garlic salt, paprika, pepper, the usual good stuff. We're going to get a sear on the pork chops, so we're going to melt down some butter in my cast iron. And then we're going to put the pork chops in there. We're going to do about 1 minute on each side, maybe a little bit more, but this just kind of gets them nice and crispy to then put into the oven to cook. We did do a side of broccoli with this one, so I just took some frozen broccoli, put it in a pan, seasoned it with some garlic salt and some garlic and herb from Kinder's and threw it into the oven, cooked the same amount of time as the pork chops. So this is the good stuff, I guess you will, to go on top of pork chops. So we did a full brick of cream cheese, quarter cup of mayo, some green onion, a handful of cheese, handful of bacon bits, and stirred it all up till it was nice and combined. The cup of water there was helping me soften my cream cheese. So technically I could put this in the oven in my cast iron, but I did not want to put the cream cheese in my cast iron, just less to clean up. So we're going to take the pork chops out of the cast iron, stick them in a 9x9, put this over the top, stick it in the oven for, I want to say it ended up being like 35 minutes for my oven. Just make sure that the internal temp is good. And this is what it looked like coming out. These were delicious. Kids really liked them. And then, of course, we served it up with that roasted broccoli on the side. Super good. I love broccoli as a side. All right. And then this one was a new recipe that I tried last week. And well, the week prior to when we cooked this, and it was so good. So it is one pot beef stroganoff. So a pound of hamburger. I did use lean hamburger, so 93.7 to make this recipe. It just kept it from being too greasy. We're gonna chop up an onion, about half of a yellow onion, put that in with our hamburger and let it all get nice and happy together. Let the onions get translucent-ish. And then we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of garlic, but y'all know, measure with your heart. That's how I do it. Mix that all in together, and then we're going to add in our spices. So 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. This is just what I had in the fridge. It is the worst container. We'll not be using that again. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, however you say that W sauce. And then we're going to go in with our seasonings. So some paprika, some garlic powder, onion powder, not garlic powder. Again, Italian seasoning. I think it calls for oregano, but whatever. Stir that all in together. Let it cook, get happy, get friendly. Then we're going to dump in 4 cups of beef broth. I just used for my beef bouillon, and then 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. And we're going to just stir this in together, turn the heat up a smidgen, and let it get till it's just slightly boiling, like so. See those little bubbles? That's exactly what we want. We're then going to take our egg noodles, dump this in, make sure they get all kind of as submerged as we can, as close as we can get, and we're going to let those sit till the noodles get soft. Once they are nice and soft and ready, we're going to put in half a cup of sour cream and a whole entire cube of cream cheese. Yep, this one is going to stick to your bones. There ain't nothing skinny about this one. Stir that all in together, and this is what it looks like. This one is good. I've made it 2 weeks in a row. It is phenomenal. So good. Friends like it. Kids love it. Husband takes it for leftovers. It's really good. So, bonus recipe time. We are doing our sausage McGriddle Bites just because I had to make them, and I figured I'd show you guys again. So, 1 pound of maple sausage going in the pan. We're going to do about 2 cups of Kodiak cake mix, roughly-ish, close enough. I've started to eyeball this because it doesn't have to be exact. A good handful of shredded cheese, some maple syrup. I think it's like a quarter cup of maple syrup. I just, again, go, let it go. I did end up adding vanilla to this at some point. I don't think I caught it on camera, but it just gave it a little extra sweetness. And then you're going to add in enough water to make it a pancake mix. I forget exactly how much I did, probably a cup of water. And then we're going to add, once that's all mixed together, we're going to add in our sausage and then stir it all up again. Make sure everything is nice and combined. And then we're going to put it in my mini muffin tins because these are for the kids. 350 for about 15 minutes is just the right amount for these. And when I tell you these are a household favorite, they are a household favorite because that's how many we had left when I filmed this, and there was none left over. And that's all she wrote. Thanks for watching.